Hi, it's Gravy. Now I'm going to be talking about a game that no one cares about anymore. This game is called Celeste. Oh, spoilers by the way. This game is about climbing a mountain and not giving up. You know! No, not you! No! Go! Go away! Anyways, this game is about climbing a mountain with a great message. It's not giving up. Simple, right? No, kinda. This game is about not giving up, but it's also about not giving up for people with mental disorders, specifically for people with depression and anxiety. Let's begin! The game begins with a protagonist called Madeline getting dropped off to the entrance of the mountain. You go through a small tutorial level. You meet an old lady, almost die from a bridge, then you learn how to dash, the usual. You then get a message telling you you can do this, which understandably makes people think this game is about not giving up. And then the game begins. The first chapter begins with Madeline climbing the Forsaken City. This chapter really doesn't have anything to do with the message in this game. It's really just a level. The only importance is meeting your new friend Theo, and you learn that in this game it's hard and you die a lot, and you find Memorial, and that's the end of chapter 1. Now begins chapter 2, the important chapter. In this chapter, you start off where you left off, but with a trippier setting. During the level, you find a mirror, but Madeline notices that her reflection is different. Her reflection then walks out, and then you go looking for her. You then meet up with her, and she explained that she's your opposite. She's basically the dark version of you, but done right. Instead of being edgy or evil like others, she's the side that Madeline doesn't like. She's the side that Madeline doesn't like about herself. The part of you tells you that you are not a mountain climber, and tells you not to climb this mountain. Madeline decides to ignore her and starts to run away from the part of you, and skedaddles the way out of there. But as the level progresses, the part of you multiplies into multiple, and you keep running like there's no tomorrow, and the music gets more intense, and you're like, what's going on? And you start running. Ah! After you escape her, you finally realize that this was all a dream, and you get caught by her again, and you get eaten, and you wake up. That's what usually happens in your climbing adventure, right? Okay, so now I'm going to explain to you what the meaning of this whole thing was. This part of you is Madeline's depression, anxiety, doubt, and pretty much everything bad about Madeline. Everything she doesn't like about herself. She tells you that you are not a mountain climber and that you can't do this. This is Madeline telling herself that she can't do anything, that she can't climb this mountain. What she's doing is she's self-doubting herself. Madeline decides to ignore her feelings instead of confronting them, and begins to run away. If you haven't figured it out, she's running from her emotion instead of confronting it. And the part of the level when she starts multiplying, that's supposed to show you that running from your emotions does not do anything good for you. It just makes things worse. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You wake up, you talk with Theo, and then next chapter! The next chapter is in a hotel, which holds a lot of very fun things. Just fun things. When you enter the hotel, a spooky ghost appears with Mr. Shiro. Mr. Shiro tries to convince you to get a room. You begin to commentate on how the hotel is a bit old, which makes Shiro nervous. The level continues as normal until you get to a part with books all over the place. You decide to help Mr. Shiro clean up even though he doesn't notice or appreciate you helping him. You finally help him, but he doesn't appreciate or notice again. You meet up with him in a room with a mirror. The part of you appears and starts making Oshiro feel bad by insulting him. He then goes crazy and it's a chase and oh my god and oh no please I'm stuck on your oh god. After you fall off a roof, Oshiro turns normal and just walks away full of regret. So here's what this level means. It's pretty simple actually. The message of this level is to always help people no matter what. The whole level is basically you helping Oshiro and him not appreciating it. But then what happens when you leave him and begin to insult him? This stuff happens, baby! Whoa! So yeah, that's pretty much telling you to help people or things will get worse. The next chapter is just a level without anything really important. Sure, this happens, but I didn't find anything really that important. The next chapter is the Mirror Temple. It starts off as a normal level until you enter the mirror. Meet the part of yourself again. You find Theo again, and turns out he's trapped. You get him out, kind of, and you and Theo get out of there. You talk to Theo about your depression and your life, and this crazy stuff happens. Ah! Okay, so let me explain this stuff. By the way, this one starts to get really important. So as we know, the Mirror Temple represents the inside of Madeline. You know, the darker, the scary, the not so swell parts of Madeline. But then we learn that it's not her world only. It's also Theo's. I think the message of this level is trying to show you that you're not alone. You may think that you're the only person with problems, but that simply isn't true. Because we then learn that Theo also has demons. This world is his too. He may not have depression or anxiety like Madeline, but he isn't perfect either. Now this scene, I believe that this scene is showing that problems don't simply disappear. Madeline tells a part of her that she could just leave, but this angers a part of her and throws her into the cave. Alright, next chapter. This level is pretty much about you trying to escape until you meet the old lady again. The old lady suggests that you should go find a part of you and just talk to her. Madeline takes her advice and goes on a search for her. You finally find her and you try to talk to her to make her feel better. Of course, the part of her doesn't listen. She doesn't want to talk and tells you not to talk to her. I mean, how bad can it be? I've got through worse. Oh no. Oh jeez. Oh god, stop. Oh well, this ain't so bad, Oh god, it's laser! After this whole boss fight, you find her laying on the ground. Now before I continue, let me explain what this boss fight meant. The boss fight was telling you not to ignore the problem that you have. Yes, it might hurt realizing that you have a problem that needs to be fixed or noticed, but that's just how it is. But no matter how hard it is, Madeline doesn't ignore her problem. She keeps trying to fix it. Okay, back to the game. When you finally talk to her, she tells you that she'll leave now, that she'll just leave her alone. But Madeline tells her that she can't leave, and they finally work together, which gets... I believe that this scene is Madeline accepting who she really is. So at the end, you climb the mountain, which is pretty cool. Some more stuff happened. The end. So yeah, that's what the game is about. It's about accepting who you are, even if you have a problem. And that actually helping yourself and others will help, even if it doesn't seem like you're helping. That's the secret message of Celeste.